Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels. All right, and this day in history, I think we are getting some repeats on those dad jokes, by the way. January 29th, 1886. Carl Benz applies for a patent for the first automobile. On January 29th, 1886, Carl Benz, a German mechanical engineer, applied for a German patent for a vehicle designed to be propelled by a motor, a three-wheeled automobile called the Motorwagen. For years, Benz had been working on engine development to pursue his vision of a vehicle without horses. Benz designed and developed the world's first automobile powered by an internal combustion engine, an engine that creates power by burning a fuel with air inside it. The vehicle was introduced to the public in July 1886. By 1893, Benz had developed a four-wheeled version of the vehicle. Benz had founded Benz and Company in 1883, a company intended to produce stationary internal combustion engines that later expanded to automobile manufacturing. In 1899, the company began creating racing vehicles, and by 1900, it was the world's largest car manufacturer. In the mid-1920s, Benz and Company merged with Motoren Gesellschaft to form Daimler-Benz, now known as Daimler AG, one of the world's largest developers of luxury cars, including the renowned Mercedes-Benz vehicles. Known as a misunderstood and criticized inventor in his early years, Benz passed away in April 1929 after witnessing the beginning of the impact of his creativity. All right. And I'd like to thank the following members for starting a new month. Special thanks to Knitting by Franco for 44 months at the Super Supporter tier. That is an incredible amount of support. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to the following members for renewing: Gavin Sharp, Jonathan Larson, Carl Bartlett, Kayla Young, Vamos Cruceros, VW Jet 2001, Double E, Joe S, and Pamela M7. All right. Well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got Gory. I mean, immediately I'm thinking Al Gore, but we'll see. And just remove the Y, because gory, if a movie is gory, isn't that just Gory? I'm pretty sure it doesn't have the E. Anyway, Silverstein makes me think of Shel Silverstein, the author, but we'll see. Grizzly, Bear, Grimm, Brothers Grimm. So maybe children's book authors, Silverstein and Grimm. I mean, Grimm is fairy tales, not necessarily children's books. But anyway, Goldilocks, Stain, Scary. The heck? Are these like misspelled descriptions of horror films or something? Let's finish the words first. Fiberglass, Smug, Bed Liner, Foundation, Stumbler, Bronzer, and Porridge. Okay, I got to think about gory and scary. Because scary, gory, maybe grim. We're just kind of removing a letter. Like there's an extra letter in the descriptor for the I don't know, the scary movie or something like that. Porridge, Liner, Bear. Grizzly is the only one I can think of. I don't know what the fourth one would be. This is weird. Okay, let's hold off on that. Fiberglass. Really? Bronzer. I mean, starts with bronze, starts with silver, starts with gold. What would be the fourth? I don't see a fourth. Fiber? Like, I don't even know what, like, there's bronze, silver, and gold. There's runner up. I don't know. Diamond. I'm not sure what a fourth one would be. And I don't think any of these match. Stumble. This is weird. We've got multiple purple options. Maybe it's none of them. Goldilocks involved a bed and porridge. It was bed, porridge, and Chair, wasn't it? Is it written by Grimm? I mean, this is potentially it, but this is a weird category if that's true. Like Grimm wrote Goldilocks, and then there was a bed and porridge involved. So maybe that's another red herring. This is like red herring bonanza here. Not that I've confirmed the red herrings yet, but feels like it. Foundation and fiberglass are used in building homes. Like fiberglass insulation. I can't talk right now. Oh, and the bed, Goldilocks bear, bed, and porridge. I mean, it's possible. I'm not convinced. I don't know. Is liner something that we would put foundation fiberglass liner? Grizzly. You know what? I think I want to go with gory, grim. Here's the thing. It's in the top two rows. They have done purpley categories as rainbow herrings before. Because we have Goldilocks, well, not also, but we have Goldilocks bear, bed, and porridge. Maybe I should try this one and see if this is a category. All right, I'm going to try this one first. Okay, it is. Featured in Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Okay. We still have silver, bronze, and... Oh, gold is gone. Okay. So maybe silver and bronze go in different categories. Do we still have gory, scary, grisly? Yeah, we do. And grim? Maybe I'll try this. I'm skeptical because they were top two rows, but... Okay, that was purple. Homophones of words meaning brutal. Okay, so we're just doing homophones then. I mean, obviously they stuck Grim in there to be a potential red herring on Goldilocks, and they're like, what do we do with Grim? Interesting. I was gonna make it like scary movie descriptors spelled wrong. Anyway, fiberglass and foundation could still be something to do with building. Stain and bronzer. Silverstein. Silverstein. I don't know. Stumbler. One of these is supposed to be yellow. Smug? Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. Fiberglass. Insulation. I still think these might get split up, but I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Shell Silverstein. So is it shell related stuff somehow? I don't see how. Stumbler is really weird. Like, what does that mean? Someone who stumbles? The person who stumbled? The stumbler? It's also tumbler with an S tacked on. But that would be a classic purple. We already got purple. I don't see anything else like that. I mean, I guess there's tumble. No, there's... Okay, contains a cup. Because we've got mug and we've got stein and we've got tumbler. What's the other cup? Glass. All right. This has to be blue. It contains a cup. Ending with drinking vessels. Okay. Foundation, liner, bronzer, stain. Oh, this must be makeup stuff. There we go. I kept thinking of foundation as building foundations, not as the makeup. Okay. Well, that was an interesting one. Was it hard? It's really hard to know. I don't even know what to rate this. Maybe I'll just give it their classic 2.3 rating. What's the solve rate going to be right now? 75%? I could be way off. I have no idea. I have a tough time rating something like this. So let's just look. What is happening here? It's like a gold medal, but that's porridge. Okay. They gave it 2.3, our classic difficulty. 85. Okay, so not as hard. I said 75, I think. 48% of people making no mistakes at all. All right, I was 1 in 49 for my order. Let's see. So of the winners, which is most people, 56% got green first, and then maybe yellow, maybe purple, but it's almost entirely green. And then it really evens out with blue still being last. I mean, if you lost, you were down to blue purple, which is interesting, but not really. Let's look at the details. We've got 5% having green and yellow only. So that's kind of what I was saying. You're down to green purple. We do have 2% with only green, 2% with nothing, 2% with green purple, and 1% with yellow. But these percentages are all very low. Children's authors: Gorey, Silverstein, Grimm, and Scarry. Maybe that's the red herring here. And what's weird is it's one away. You get a one away on children's authors. You might chase that. I only knew Grimm and Silverstein. I didn't know Gorey or Scarry as children's authors. Putting Smug in there. Are these actually children's authors, or is the AI kind of? Sometimes the AI uses like 2 or 3 of the guesses and makes a category out of it and ignores the fourth. I don't know why they use AI for this. They can't just have someone look at the categories and come up with something. Anyway, Bear, Grimm, Goldilocks, Porridge. Just Right Tail. Oh, it's just the Goldilocks. Embedded metal name: silver, gold, fiber, and bronze. Yeah, trying to come up with something that would go with this. And they chose fiber. And then fiberglass as a makeup item? I don't think so. Don't use fiberglass as makeup. All right, what do people get locking in first? Green is 44%, yellow, purple, blue, and then the bronze, silver, gold, fiber, and then the children's authors, if that's what that is, and then putting Grimm in with Goldilocks instead of bed, I guess. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do pips for Thursday, January 29th. We'll do the easy, medium, and hard. All right, greater than 5 is a 6. I don't think we have a domino that adds to 8, so we're probably going to do like 5 and 3. And then the 1-1 would work here, and then the 4-2. All right, not too bad. Let's move on to the medium. What's this say? LP. So we have to have a domino that adds to 8. How many do we have? Hold on, where is it? 6-2. It's the only one, as far as I know. And then we have this domino, and then this domino. And then we're not sure which way it goes. I don't have a domino that's a double. So actually, if I write this out, we can start here and say this is a domino and this is a domino. And that forces the circle to go this way. All right. Because I don't have a double. So, how do we want to do all these 8s? We have blanks too, which really complicate matters. So I'm thinking about just starting, like put the 4-0 here, and then put the 4. I was going to put the 4-5 here, and then the 3-6 into here, and then the 6-6. 1 can't go. Oh, 1 can't go in an 8. 1s and blanks can't go in 8. So that changes things. Maybe we should think about where do the 1s and blanks go? I think we want the blanks in here, and we want the 1s in here. So 1-1-6. This, oops, I wanted, hold on, what did I want? No, that doesn't work. Oh, maybe I do this then. Okay, wait, that doesn't add to 8. Sorry, what am I trying to do? 1-1-6, that's what I was trying to do. But I can't. Why not? Hold on. No, this is fine. Yeah, then I do 4 blank, and then I do... Sorry, I confused myself. I don't even know what I was confused about. I can't explain it, but I finally finished. All right. That took too long because I had it, and then I got extremely confused about what I was doing. All right, anyway, let's do the hard. It says, oh, I got to scroll this a little bit. It says A-N-T, ant. Okay. So I think it's helpful to draw these out. Well, I don't know which way this goes. Okay, so what we have to avoid is this and this. Because we're never going to have two of the same domino. So we can't have the same double twice. So in order to avoid that, well, we would never do that and that. That's the problem. Maybe it doesn't matter which way we go with this. Might. Right, I don't know how to draw the rest of this yet. We know this comes down. We know this comes in, which means this goes up. Okay. So now this is a little bit open. It may not matter which way we go. We need a double and we need something to go into the 10. So we just pick a direction. The other direction would work too. Okay. Here we've just got this and this and this and this. This goes up. This goes up. I'm not sure about this yet. Okay. Well, so what can we do? 1 going into a 10. So 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. We have a 1, 4. We have, that's it. Okay, so this 1, 4 is forced. And now we need something we have 4 of that's attached to a 6. So we only have to focus on that. We have 6, 2. We have a double 2, which is something we need. That works. We also have a 6, 5. Do we have a double 5? We have a double 5, so that works as well. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening there then. We need a double here. We got a lot of doubles. 2, 2, 4, 4, 5, 5 are the doubles. And blank, blank. Yeah, we need one here as well. This one will be a double. I don't know which way it goes, but it'll be a double. 2 of my 3s are used up here. 1, 2, 3. I only have 3 3s. 2 of my 5s are used up here. I still have enough to do 6, 5 up there, though. Pretty sure. Do I? Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 5s in total. Yeah, 4 can go in there and 2 can go in there. Darn it. Okay. This one doesn't have an in. Okay, what about 3 into something I can do 4 of with a double? So I have 3, 5, that would work. I have 3, 2, that would work. 3, 4 also works. I don't know how to distinguish this. 2 5s coming, a 5 coming into a 4 and a 5 coming into a 2. I don't know. Okay, so we know that 3 of our 3s are used up here. Is that all my 3s? Okay, that's all my 3s. So we use up the 5, the 3, and the 2. So I'm having this 4, 5, sorry, 5, 4, 3, sorry, 2, 4, and 5. 2, 4, and 5. I think I just have to pick something and hope for the best. I don't. Maybe I'll discover something as I go. But do we want to? I don't know what we want to do here. Maybe the 5, 4, since there's not enough 6s otherwise. Actually, so the 6, 2 would go. I drew it this way. 6, 2 would go here. The 2, 2 would go here. 2, 4. What do I have? I have 2, 3, and 2, 1. I'm running low on doubles. What about the blank? I have a 5 blank. Okay, so I think actually 6, 5 would go here. And then my 5, 5. Oh, so then this wouldn't be 3, 5. All right. Because now I have a 5 blank that I can work with. Down. Double. And then I have blank 1 and blank 4. I don't know which one's used up here, so we'll save that. So what about these threes? So we wouldn't do the 3-5 here. In fact, I think the 3-5 needs to get thrown out. Yeah. And then I have 3-4 and I have 3-2. So something like this. I already used blank. Okay. So maybe I want the blank 1 there. I mean, I don't know if this is going to work. Double 1. I'm out of ones. Ah, shoot. Um, 4-5 going up. Does that actually help me? I don't think so. In fact, I needed the 5 here. In fact, this had to be 5-4. No, it could be okay. There's definitely a connection here. I've messed up. There's something that maybe we could think about. The only thing I know for sure is that 1-4 has to go there. There's some. I don't quite get it though. I didn't really learn enough from that. From a 6, I could do 2, 5. It's 2 or 5. I thought I tried the 2 and it didn't work. Let's try it again. Now 2 could go into 3 or 1. 1 is possible. 3 is not. So 2-1. Keep doing this the wrong way. And then we'd have the 1-1 here. And then this uses up a blank, the 1 blank. Okay. Well, we'll see. Now I've got a bunch of 3s over here, but maybe I should look at this next. I've got... Am I putting a double 4 or a double 5 there? I think double 5 just doesn't work because I can't do a 5-5 in there. So I think this would be double 4, or it could be double blank. In fact, I have 5 blank. I have 5-4. I have 3-5. I have 3-2. I have 3-4. Okay, because I don't have 3 blank, I'm going to use the blanks here. Blank 4, and then I should have a 5-4. Okay. So I'm hoping I can do this now. 3-5 with the 5-5 here, and then the 5-6 up. 3-4 with the 4-4, and then the 3-2. Okay. I managed to do it. I'm honestly not sure exactly. I mean, I think this was key, is that this could be 6-5 or 6-2, and I tried 6-5 and it completely broke. I don't know if I even tried all the angles of 6-5, but I think I just had to pay a little bit more attention to what I could attach to 3s, what I could attach to 5s. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Thursday, January 29th. Did they rename it to the mini? Is that new? Anyway, let's play. Employees, collectively. I don't know. The L of TTYL. Talk to you later. All right. Slowly lessen as political support. Like pull back. I don't know. Duncan offering. Donut. Tricky things to navigate with a stroller. Stairs. I don't know. Toys that go on the decline in winter. Sleds. They literally go on a decline. Set of fortune-telling cards. Tarots. Make amends. Oh. Sets. Oh, set. I thought I read sets. Tarot, it does have a T at the end. Is this stair... But it should be plural. Anyway. Make amends. Not sure. Out of patience. Guitar bars. Frets. Employees or staff. Okay. Slowly lessen. Erode. Tricky things to navigate. Steps. Of course, steps is the same thing as stairs. All right. Atone. Make amends is atone, of course. You're fed up. You're out of patience. You're fed up. All right. Yeah, not too bad today, but a little tricky. How'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is talk of the town. So like gossip or like the new person or news. I don't know. It feels like gossip, but I don't know. If I were to make a spanogram, I'd make it spill the tea. But let's see what we can find here. Celeb? Ritty? Celebrity? Okay. So like famous person. Fame. Famous. How would I do famous? I don't know. Okay, so celebrity. What else? What other words are there for celebrity? Like famous person. Star. No. And we're being nosy? No. Okay. I'm trying to find stuff that's near what I just found. And Namame. I don't know. Person per star. No. Stairs. Oops. Strawn. I don't know. Other than celebrity, what are we putting? Politician? Maybe it's like public figure. No. Slut. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm gonna grab a hint. Hero. Interesting. Celebrity and hero. So we're going a little bit outside the box here. It doesn't really help me. I can't think of more words. I'm getting another hint. Nico, Sino, Okin, Noki. Icon, of course. Fame. So is fame the ending of our spanogram? It feels like it should be. Personality, I see. Okay. Claim to fame. There it is. Just one more. Superstar. Okay. I don't know why that was so tough. I had a really tough time brainstorming what words could be there in the theme. And the spanogram was claim to fame, which is not easy to think of for me. Anyway, how'd you do? Hello. Today's bonus game is Reunion, Merriam-Webster's game. I haven't played this before, so I'm gonna do the classic version. I might do the extreme at some point, but depends on how good I am at this game. But we're gonna try classic and just get a feel for how to play this. So we need to swap tiles around. And the point is that greens are in the correct place to make a word, and yellows are not in the correct place, but should go somewhere else in the row or column. And then whites are not correct in the row or column. And then the hedgehog and the fox have to end up next to each other in some way. So, I'm wondering if the Y goes at the end here. It does. And I think the hedgehog has to get out of the way. Is this going to be yell or what goes between the E and the L then? Well, we know this doesn't end in L, but the other L could go here. So what if I just swap this with the hedgehog? Okay, that's yell. It might be that the hedgehog ends up down there, but we don't have to move it yet. Ah, okay. So what about these blanks? I guess they're just our blanks. What is this word? Ends in ty, has an O there. I don't know if the H goes vertical or not. We could swap it with the A and just see what happens. Okay, so it looks like, could it be like a GHT dealy? No, there's no G. Okay, this U is white, this U is yellow. That means this U goes in this row. It's not here. So it's either got to swap with our hedgehog and end in U, or it's right there. Ooh, so we do end in U? Oh no, this yellow tells us that the U probably does go there. Oh, never mind. So it looks like double letters aren't accounted for. So this T could just be pointing at that T. So is it CE then? CH? Not H. Let's just try sticking an E there. Okay, there's an E in this word, but not, or maybe in this word. What is this word? NSU something L? What goes between a U and an L? Usual? Unusual. Unusual. Okay. And then OC something something TY. So society. Okay. Erupt. This is a K. Shock. So what's going on here? C something UT. Let's see. What's this word? K something something LT. It probably has an E in it. Knelt. And hedgehog goes here, and that's shoot. There we go. I did it. In 19 moves. Other players did 26.9, so I suppose I beat the average by quite a bit. I'm really bad at reducing moves in swap games. I tend to just try to get one letter correct per swap. If I'm able to do that, I'm pretty happy. It's really hard to plan out so that you end up doing better than that. All right. I'm not going to do extreme today, but if this comes up again, I might try it. How'd you do? And let's spin the bonus game wheel and see what we're going to play tomorrow. It will be Metazua, suggested by Unruly Sphinx. If you haven't seen this before, it's pretty fun. You have to guess an animal, and as you guess animals, it tells you it builds up a tree of life, which is pretty neat. And so you kind of get the associations between different animals, like what their most common ancestor is. Cool. And there, as always, there's a link in the description. And that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. There is a link at the end of the video, which will take you straight to Wordle if you'd like to watch that. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.